Hi.
Hi.
Well, we are Valentine and Diane, and we're talking about our move to Greece from the U.S. And today we're going to talk about why we picked Greece. We've got like top 10 reasons as to why it kind of made the number one spot on our list when we were looking at countries to move to. Yeah.
You want to start with number 10?
Yeah, I was figuring we were going to start with why, like how it all came about.
Okay. So, how did it all come about?
Okay, so I have this stress reducing thing that I do where I will come home from a rough day at work and then I will jump onto my computer and start looking at houses for sale in other countries. This started with looking at places in Portugal and then kind of roughly went all over the place. We looked at Iceland, we looked at the UK, we looked at Italy, Spain, and finally, I checked out Greece, and there was a gorgeous house in a little town called Capricia in the Peloponnese, and I absolutely fell in love with it. It's definitely out of our price range, but it got me looking at Greece and kind of checking out what it would be like to live in Greece.
And then we booked a trip over the holidays.
Yes.
We were out there for 9 days.
9 days, yep.
Yep.
In January of 2024. And it kind of blew our mind. It completely like solidified that Greece was where we wanted to be at. So yeah, I think we can break down the list of the top 10 reasons why we wanted to pick Greece. Yeah.
Yes.
So number 10.
We love the weather.
The weather was great, even in January. We had come off of a crazy ice storm. We are currently living in Portland, Oregon, and we had had a crazy ice storm for roughly a week where everything was just frozen, and that's not really normal for Portland. Portland's kind of a temperate zone, so pretty wet winters, and this one was just so cold, and
there was about an inch of ice on our driveway.
Yeah, for sure. So we went from that to going to Greece, and in January, we had basically just had our hoodies on the whole time.
I had a light jacket and a t-shirt.
Yeah, that's true. And it was gorgeous.
And I was sweating.
Yeah. So we're definitely looking forward to having more sunny days, especially with Portland is a lot of just overcast gray clouds. And yeah, just having really nice weather. Definitely looking forward to that.
Yeah. And I was there over the summer of 2024. And even though it was 40 degrees Celsius or 104 Fahrenheit most of the time, it didn't feel nearly as hot. I came back to Portland and it was in the 80s and I was dying. But being in Athens for 104-degree weather, I did all right. Like there was a lot of shade, a lot of trees, a lot of air conditioning. So it was much more bearable than the 80-degree weather here in Portland.
Yeah. Okay.
All
right. So now number 9, ease of transportation. It was so easy to get around. We were in Athens when we went to visit, and it was so easy to walk everywhere. We did end up getting a taxi from the airport to Athens, and that wasn't really very expensive in comparison to what we've seen here with prices. And then we took the metro down to the port of Piraeus, and that was just kind of like a standard metro fare. It wasn't expensive at all.
It was something like €3 for the both of us for the day.
Yeah. And then what about you when you were out there for the summer?
Oh, I either walked everywhere or took the metro. And again, it was, I think, like $1.50 for a day pass, or €1.50 for the day pass.
Mm-hmm.
It was really inexpensive. They have 3 metro lines that pretty much got me everywhere I needed to go. I did take a streetcar or a tram rather at some point.
Hmm.
Same thing, about €1.50, but I had a day pass, so I was living it up. And yeah, just the walkability of it. I took quite a few taxis while I was getting acclimated, especially because I was living at the top of a hill and hated walking up the hill,
All those stairs.
all the stairs. um, but it was only maybe €8, €9 for the taxi ride. It wasn't anything terrible.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Moving
All right.
on.
Moving on.
Number 8 would be the stunning views, just kind of in general. There's a lot of beauty in the United States, but I feel it pales in comparison to the area around Athens. There's the sea, of course. There are um, mountains and just greenery in the city, which I think is super important.
I liked the fact that you could just walk anywhere and you come face to face with ancient ruins, thousands of years old, that are just still standing there and a part of the city around you. It is beautiful and kind of awe-inspiring as well.
Yeah, I think that one was pretty quick, but that's a beautiful segue into number 7.
Oh yeah, the art and the history,
Yeah.
for sure. The culture of Athens, and in Greece in general, is amazing. We went to was the Museum of Archaeology,
Mm-hmm.
and the Acropolis Museum as well. And holy crap, you really have a really deep sense of the culture and history from Greece just by looking at all the art pieces and the sculptures and how everything was built, just how amazing and how smart they were. Like just the math that went into doing all of that. And they did it without technology, really.
Well, with a different kind of technology.
Fair.
But also, like, beyond that, there's all of the street art. Um,
Hmm.
I feel in America, whenever you see graffiti, um, people get very scared, like you're in a bad neighborhood. But there, it's just a way of life. It feels like people are expressing themselves, expressing their distrust or distaste for the government and or the police. And I feel like that outlet is very helpful for people.
Hmm. Yeah. And the graffiti was beautiful as well. Like we had lots of murals and just poignant things to say, that the graffiti was trying to get across, as well as, just everywhere you went. It was, I don't know. It's just like not like America here. Everything's like too new and too boring. You had interesting architecture and interesting, just, balconies, that when you were walking through Athens, and they took pride in the streets and in all of the, archways, things like that. And one of the great things too is that no matter where you are in Athens, you can see the Parthenon. So you really can't get lost. You just look up and we're like, okay, which way is the Parthenon? Okay, we go this way now. This way back to the hotel.
It does feel like a heightened reverence for their history and culture.
Yeah, for sure. And in the US, there's just not that many buildings or anything that isn't, kind of too new, really.
It's all very new.
Yeah. Mhm.
Especially in comparison.
Yeah.
The church across from the hotel we had in January was consecrated in the early 1700s, making it older than the United States as a concept.
The Roman Agora that were just right outside the hotel as well. You looked it up saying like, I think that's older than America. And then you were like, holy crap, it is older than Christ.
Yeah, it was built, I think it was 5 BC.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah. Or maybe 50, something like that.
Yeah.
Definitely before Christ. which was just fascinating. And it's just out in the open, and you can go visit. And
Yeah.
yeah, it was nice.
Yeah. I mean, and it's not just Athens, it's like all over Greece and in Europe in general. There are just so many different architecture buildings that have stood the test of time. They have went through World War One and Two and are still standing, and it's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So number 6 is proximity to other countries to visit,
Yes.
which is super exciting. Not to belabor the point, but when we were there in January, we talked to 2 Englishmen who just every couple of months hop a flight for like €40 to another country. And the ability to experience that level of cultural shift almost on a whim is super exciting.
Yeah. I follow a lot of digital nomads on the YouTube, and every time I see them hopping a plane to go visit Croatia or Germany or any other country that's fairly close, they talk about how affordable it is to get the flights, and they're there for a weekend and then they come back. And I would like that kind of accessibility for sure.
Yeah, there's a lot of Europe as an artist that I want to see. A lot of art and architecture and history, and being able to pop over to Egypt would be nice. Being able to then, 2 weeks later, pop over to France would be amazing. And there's just so much to see that I grew up wanting to see.
Yeah, so that's definitely a big bonus. Moving on to number 5.
Okay.
The food. Holy crap, the food. It's amazing. Yeah.
Everything was good. We didn't have really a bad meal while we were there.
Even the junk food was delicious. Like there was flavors I had never tasted before. I think I tasted saffron for the first time in my life, and that was just mind-blowing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Everything's fresher. The way the European Union handles food safety is, I feel, so much better. Fewer preservatives and chemicals, and everything was just so fragrant and flavorful.
And the fact that we were able to take our time, which was definitely a very strange concept when we first went to a restaurant out in Athens. We were sitting there waiting for the check, and it did not come. It was like we had to flag down somebody, because apparently over there you take your time and you are out to dinner for hours and catching up with friends and family. And I'm so used to being over here where we have to hurry up, scarf our food down, and get out of the way for the next, like, so the table will be ready for the next customer.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that like that at all in Greece.
Yeah, they're not trying to rush you out of there at all.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, we had food that was huge. Like we had great portions, but none of it felt like we were bloated or overwhelmed. So we were definitely amazed that we had gotten up from this massive dinner and could still walk around just fine afterwards. Didn't feel like we were in a food coma at all. And we had experienced really delicious, flavorful food.
It was very filling, without, like you said, being overwhelming. And then I think it helped that we were walking everywhere.
For sure.
But the complimentary digestives afterwards was also,
oh goodness,
delightful.
It's like, would you like a shot of ouzo? And I'm like, a shot of what?
Smells of licorice? Yes, please.
Yes, absolutely loved it. And like it was a way to extend the night as well. So we thought we were done, and then they brought more things out. So it was great. I loved it.
Yeah. So number 4 is a lower pace of life, just in general, and that kind of ties into the restaurant culture, where you're not being hurried along or hustled out of the door. You're allowed to just exist and take your time, which is phenomenal. And I think that leads to a better work-life balance, where you don't have to fill every hour of every day with stuff to do.
Yeah, you don't have to be productive. You can rest and actually rest, which honestly, a lot of our society here right now in America is hustle culture. And over there, it is rest culture. It is very much, hey, it's hot out, so we're going to be closed from 2 to 5, but then we'll be back open when the sun goes down and it's nice and cooler out and be open till late.
Yeah.
And I kind of like late shift things, so that works for my schedule very well.
Very much.
Yeah. Okay.
Number 3?
Number 3, it's the affordability. Everything out here has gotten so expensive, from groceries to rent to gas. Everything is, you have to pay to exist here. And it's rough. And I feel like a lot of our paychecks just go to surviving. So we don't get a lot of time to indulge in any kind of cultural things or go to the movies as much as we want to or go out to eat. Everything is tied up in, hey, we've got all these bills we need to take care of, and there's nothing left over afterwards.
Oh, the hustle is real.
Yeah.
Yeah, like to that point, we stayed in a nice hotel in January. Granted, it was the off season,
Yeah.
but it was literally in the shadow of the Acropolis. It was less than a 15-minute walk. We stayed there for 9 days, and it was $400 for the stay, not per night.
Yeah.
For the 9 days.
The entire time, that was it. Yeah.
And that was amazing. We were surrounded by restaurants and culture and bars, and I mean the Acropolis.
Yeah, we also had a lot of, like, we obviously went out to a lot of restaurants and tried different places. And we got really tasty gyros that were, oh my gosh, were they just €5?
Yeah,
I think they're just €5.
Oh, they were. I went back to that place.
And that was really affordable. And then you have more experience because you were there for a couple months out in the summer of like the groceries and how much groceries were.
I went grocery shopping for myself, and I think I really only did grocery shopping the one time.
Okay.
Like I bought enough food between that and going out to restaurants. I bought enough food to last me for like a month at a time, thereabouts, a couple of weeks. And I spent, between the grocery store and the farmer's market that was going on outside, €75. But that got me, like, I bought a kilo of cherries that took me 3 days to eat.
Yeah.
For €5 from a vendor at the farmer's market. I bought fresh eggs. I bought, pastas and milk and some of the staples, but I definitely indulged. I was like, I've never heard of this thing before. I'm going to try it.
Yeah.
I bought a giant tea mug, which I sadly had to leave there.
Oh, it was so cool.
It was like bigger than my head. But yeah, it was so much affordable. Rather than here, we'll go and spend $75 at the grocery store, and that'll barely last the two of us a week.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
If that,
yeah, for sure. And that's, it's disappointing. And sadly, that's just how it is here these days.
Yeah.
But in Greece and Athens, things are just a lot more affordable. Even the places to rent are far more affordable than they are out here. We were looking at some 2-bedroom places, and they come fully furnished. And I was finding places for €700 in Athens, which is really good. Definitely, there are a lot more expensive apartments out there, but for $700 fully furnished and a 2-bedroom, that's way better than what we're seeing out here these days.
Yeah, where you spend $1,500, $1,600, $1,700, and you have to furnish it yourself.
Yeah.
So if you're moving to the place from somewhere far away, then you have to get furniture.
Yeah.
Whereas in Athens, coming fully furnished is a huge benefit.
Absolutely.
Number 2, that's where we're down to?
Yeah, we're down number 2 now.
Number 2 is the safety. As a Black man, in the United States, I have issues with my safety on more than one occasion. But when Diane and I were there for January, one of her big things was she wanted me to walk around by myself.
Mm-hmm.
And doing that, I didn't feel singled out at all. I didn't feel like I was a target for anything, which was phenomenal. I just felt like, any other city goer. And it felt really good to walk around at night,
Yeah.
I'd say.
Mm-hmm. When we were there in January, we went out to a bar and we were out pretty late. We were out till close. And I can't remember what time. I felt like it was later, especially later than Portland. Portland closes everything early.
I still feel it was like 2 or 3.
Yeah, so 2 or 3. And we walked back to our hotel and it felt fine. I didn't feel like there was anything to be afraid of while we were walking back. The streets were really quiet, so it was a good experience for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Even the first night that we got there, when we went out to a restaurant, and
I think that was 4 a.m. We were severely jet lagged. When we got in, we crashed out, and we woke up, and it was like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, and we were starving. And so we were looking to see if there were any places open, and there was this 24-hour little diner not too far from our hotel. And that was where we had our first taste of Greek food, and holy crap, it was so good.
Yeah. And I mean, even walking back from that experience, we walked past a group of, I don't know, half a dozen or more police officers, and I didn't feel any of the trepidation that I normally feel.
Yeah.
They for better, did not care about me at all, which was great.
Yeah.
People out there just seem to look out for each other. Like there seems to be a built-in sense of community. When I was there over the summer, I left my apartment and there was this little old woman coming towards me, and she dressed as a nun. She was in a habit, so I can't imagine why she would have been doing that if she weren't a nun. And didn't speak a lick of English, but through pantomime, very quickly figured out she needed me to hold her groceries for her so she could adjust. And then we realized we were walking in the same direction, so I offered to carry them for her. We both got on the same metro stop, and then I held her groceries until it came time for her stop, and she just like patted me on the arm, and then I handed her bags, and she left. And it just felt like, it felt welcoming. Like, again, as a black man in America, people will cross the street to get away from me. If they share an elevator with me, they'll hide in the corner and clutch their bag. Whereas this little old lady was just like, here, I need your help. Help me.
Yeah.
And that was, you just can't beat that kind of experience.
And I think that leads us into number 1, the top reason why we have chosen Greece to be where we are relocating to. And that is the people.
Yeah, 100%. Like you said a little bit earlier, the shopkeepers even take pride in Athens, and they clean up outside of their shops. If there's trash or leaves or just dirt of any kind, every morning we would see them out there sweeping up or sweeping throughout the day. Whereas in America, I feel people are much more inclined to just let it be somebody else's problem.
Yeah, and not only that, but the folks who worked those shops, they actually looked out for us. They warned us about pickpockets, and hey, just be sure to make sure you don't keep your wallet or your phone in your back pocket. Make sure it's in front of you. And it was really nice that they are automatically trying to protect us, and they don't know us. We're foreigners, clearly American. So the fact that they took that time to look out for us was just really endearing. Yeah. And we made 2 friends while we were out there.
Yes, we did. One of which in particular, who the moment he saw me when I went back in the summer, was so excited to see me. So asked after you. and was just so like invited me to like hang out with him in his shop, and then like had I think his mother bring me or asked if I needed water, and it was amazing. And again, that was like after 6 months.
Yeah, he remembered you and has kept in touch.
Mhm.
So that's been really nice. And that was just off of we walked into his shop and struck up a conversation and realized we all liked comic books, and it kind of grew from there. And that's what I really enjoyed, that everybody out there felt genuine and they were really engaged with who you were as a person. It didn't feel like you were being engaged just to be friendly so they could make a sale. That wasn't the vibe we got at all.
No,
Yeah.
not at all.
Mm-hmm.
Even so much so that like it's much better for me, I would say now, but our handle on Greek as a language, we knew very minimal passable Greek. But we were trying, and whenever we would try, people would like light up. They'd get so excited that like we were clearly probably butchering the pronunciation.
We were.
We were clearly from another country, but we never felt judged or looked down upon for getting it wrong. They were just like, oh, no, 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 no. Like, this is how you say it. This is what you say.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was really nice.
Yeah. And the surprise that seemed to light up their faces when we just attempted to speak to them in Greek, even if it was just the pleasantries of thank you and, hello, was really encouraging. That was great. And yeah, everybody was just really friendly. And even when we walked out, we went to the Port of Piraeus and we spent a great deal of time on the beach out there, which was gorgeous. And when we came back, we stopped at a little cafe so we can get something to drink and sat down with our drinks. And shortly after, they brought out some orange cake for us. And we're like, oh gosh, how much is this? And they're like, no, it's for you. And then they just went away, and it was really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were just like happy we were there and wanted us to feel welcome.
Yeah. And
like encouraged to stay for as long as we wanted.
Yeah, and I think that's definitely something, while we do have good community here, there's just a certain air of it not being as welcoming or as genuine.
For strangers, I would say.
For strangers, yeah. For sure.
Because, yeah, like we have our community that, in the parlance of the children, are ride or die. But these were strangers. These were people who didn't know us at all, who were going out of their way to make a connection.
Yeah. And, with you, that's important. You felt safe. You didn't feel judged. And that's one of the biggest reasons that we tried out Greece, and we loved it.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Sweet. Well, I think that's all the things we have. That's our top 10 reasons.
That's the top 10 reasons why we chose Greece.
Exactly. And we're going to be doing this more often. I don't know what our next topic is, but we're going to try to take you along with us on our journey of getting rid of a bunch of things, downsizing in order to do this move. We're hoping to be out at the end of this year, early November. So we will keep you posted on how that goes.
Yes, we will.
Thank you.
Yeah. Bye. There we go.